In southwestern Ethiopia at Jimma University, music is more than an academic subject. It is history, it is identity. It lives in the breeze of the Washington flute, in the steady pulse of the cabaret drum, in the shining cry of the masingo. Each note carries a story older than any textbook. Stories of migration and resistance, of harvest and heartbreak, of faith, love, and wish. Within this fortification, a school was built not merely of stone and mortar, but of purpose, a place where melodies are archived like manuscripts, where writings are stated like sacred texts, where elders' songs are preserved before time can silence them. This is not just a conservatory, it is a preserve. Named after the legendary Oromo artist Ali Birra, whose voices become an anthem of cultural pride and resilience. The Ali Birra Music School stands as a living tribute, a bridge between generations. Here students do not simply learn skill and technique. They inherit legacy, they decode the language of their families. They compose futures from the echoes of the past. In rehearsal room, tradition meets innovation. Ancient pentatonic modes blend with contemporary arrangements. Folklore finds new harmonies. Young musicians reimagine what Ethiopian music can become without ever forgetting where it began. The school protects more than sound. It protects memory. It protects language. It protects identity in a rapidly changing world. And in every performance, when voices rise and the drums answer, when audiences fall silent before the first note, you can hear it, not just music, but a people, a history, a promise. This is the history of Ali Birra Music School, where culture is not archived in silence, but kept alive in song.
My name is Surafel Girma. I am the head of department. This department started in early 2005 with only 2 staff members. In 2006, we enrolled 17 students, all of them finished grade 12 and college. In the years that followed, we continued to grow. We required more teachers, admitted more students, and eventually reached over 32 instructors.
What began as a modest academic initiative slowly transformed into a creative force within the university. With each new cohort of students, with every instrument added to its roles, the department grew in confidence and vision. What started with only 2 instructors became a community of artists, educators, and cultural factors. Growth was not accidental. It was driven by belief in the power of art to shape society.
As the department expanded, 2 additional programs were opened under as visual arts and theatrical arts. This growth reflected the increasing importance of art education within the university.
Naming the school after Ali Birra was not only symbolic, it was a declaration of purpose. It affirmed that art is scholarship, that music is intellectual work, that culture deserves institutional protection. By carrying his name, the school committed itself to more than technical excellence. It committed itself to responsibility, to memory, to identity.
In 2011, the department was officially upgraded to the school and renamed Ali Birra Music School. There were two main reasons for this decision.
የኪነ ጥበብ አስተዋጽኦ የጅማ ዩኒቨርሲቲ የትምህርት ጉባኤ ግንቦት 23 ቀን 2002 ዓመተ ምህረት ባደረገው ስብሰባ ለአርቲስት አሊ መሐመድ ቢራ የክብር ዶክትሬት ዲግሪ በሙዚቃ እንዲሰጠው ወሰነ።
First, Juma University had a strong relationship with Ali Birra and honored him with an honorary doctorate. Second, and most importantly, Ali Birra was a man who lived entirely for art. His contribution to music and culture made him the most appropriate symbol for this institution.
Naming the school after Ali Birra was not only symbolic, it was a declaration of purpose. It affirmed that artist scholarship, that music is intellectual work, that culture deserves institutional protection. By carrying his name, the school committed itself to more than technical excellence. It committed itself to responsibility, to memory, to identity. Ali Birra was a man who did a great deal for Oromo culture, language, and identity. He was not only a musician. Through his songs, he taught his people about politics, language, and who they are. For Jimma, Ali Birra's connection runs deeper than recognition. His voice was echoed through gathering radios and a community celebration. His songs carried stories that resonated across generations. To many, he was not a distant legend. He was a familiar presence. Jimma University had awarded him an nominal doctorate even before the school carried his name. When the name was proposed, there was resistance and a debate, but university leadership believed this name carried a strong social responsibility. Over time, that responsibility became action. Programs expanded, performances multiplied, research into traditional music extended. The name on the building became a living standard, a reminder that legacy must be practiced, not merely prized. The name on the building became a living standard, a reminder that legacy must be practiced, not merely admired.
Ali Birra Music School plays a major role in the development of art in Ethiopia, especially in promoting and internalizing Ali Birra's music in the Oromo language. Our students participate in media, culture, institution, and tourism office.
I joined this school in 2006 during its very first intake. At that time, it was only a small department under the social sciences faculty. Today, it has grown into a full school.
For Jimma, the school became more than an academic unit. It became a cultural landmark, a gathering space for artists, students, and the wider community. A place where southern Ethiopia could see its stories reflected on stage, where talent was hidden, found direction and discipline.
This school represents culture. It's a symbol for Jimma City and for Jimma University. It also gives students from southern Ethiopia access to arts education at nearby university.
My name is Mulgeta Shitte. I am a teacher, a singer, and a musician. This school becomes a foundation for the establishment of two other departments, and it played an important role in expanding arts education at Jimma University. Naming the school after Ali Birra has had a strong impact, especially in the development and recognition of language and culture. It has helped increase acceptance of this heritage among people across the country.
The school's influences extends beyond the campus for the vacation. Its rhythms travel into neighborhood and the classroom. Its graduates carry knowledge into media houses, churches, cultural bureaus, and performers. In collaboration with local artists and institutions, the school strengthens the relationship between education and community life. Here, art is not just isolated, it circulates.
Ali Birra Music School benefits the Jimma community directly. We share experiences and collaborate with schools, art groups, and local bands.
2 years ago, in Ali Birra's memory, we presented his works publicly in the presence of his presents, friends, and admirers. At many events and venues, his music continues to be performed and shared.
The legacy does not live in the name alone. It lives through performance, through reinterpretation, through young hands learning old melodies. Every time his music is played, it is not an echo of the past. It is a continuation.
The poster you see here is a poem written by Ali Birra titled Maltu Addan Nubase. I studied this poem and transformed it into musical notation. Now, I would like to play this piece for you.
I'm a third year student and my major is violin. The piece I played is from the classical era composed by Johann Sebastian Bach. I started music in a church. Before joining this school, I didn't understand written music or composition. Now I have that knowledge. We only studied music for 3 years, which is very short. But if this school is fully supported, it can contribute greatly to the development of art in Ethiopia. Ali Birra Music School made my dream come true. I always loved music, but here I was given the opportunity to truly learn it. The name Ali Birra itself is very meaningful for Oromo people and very important for young students like us. Over the past 12 years, the school has played a major role in promoting the artists. While it is not growing as fast as it should, there are many positive developments and strong community benefits. The future of Ali Birra Music School depends on belief, support, and continuity, or it depends on resources that allow instruments to be repaired, scores to be printed, stages to be built. It depends on leaders who understand that art is not decoration, it is foundation. As long as music is taught, as long as culture is shared, as long as students gather in rooms filled with rhythm and courage, Ali Birra's legacy will continue to live, not frozen in tribute, but carried forward in creation, not only in memory, but in sound.